How far would you go to see your family again? Would you walk across frozen wastelands, face starvation, and escape death time and again? This is the central question in the incredible survival drama, As Far as My Feet Will Carry Me. Released in 2001, this film is based on the unbelievable true story of a German soldier who embarks on a journey of more than 14,000 kilometers to escape a Siberian prison camp after World War II. He has only one goal: to return to his wife and child. But his prison is surrounded by thousands of kilometers of ice and snow, a place no one has ever escaped from alive. His journey is a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit and the will to survive against all odds. Our story begins in the bleak, frozen landscape of Siberia right after the end of World War II. We are introduced to Clemens Farel, a German soldier captured by the Soviet army. Like thousands of others, he's sentenced to 25 years of hard labor in a brutal gulag, a remote prison camp located at the easternmost edge of Siberia. This is more than a prison, it's a death sentence. The camp is surrounded by an endless expanse of snow, 14,000 kilometers away from any civilization. Escape is considered impossible, not because of the guards, but because the Siberian winter itself is the ultimate warden. Anyone who dares to run away will surely freeze to death. Farel's life in the camp is a nightmare of endless work in a lead mine, constant hunger, and the crushing loss of hope. The only thing that keeps him going is the memory of his wife and his daughter, whom he promised he would be home for Christmas. This promise fuels his determination to do the impossible: escape. His first attempt is impulsive and quickly fails. He's caught by the cruel camp commander, Lieutenant Kamenev, and subjected to a brutal punishment. He's thrown into an open-air cell for 2 days in the freezing rain, a punishment designed to break his body and spirit. When he's released, the other prisoners, who were starved for 2 days because of his actions, beat him severely. This beating lands Farel in the camp's small hospital, where he meets Dr. Stauffer, another German prisoner who serves as the camp doctor. Seeing Farel's unbroken spirit, even after such torture, the doctor is impressed. He tells Farel a grim truth: staying in the camp means certain death from the lead poisoning in the mines. The doctor reveals that he himself has cancer and has only a month to live. He has been secretly gathering supplies for his own escape, but now he knows he will never make it. Seeing a spark of hope in Farel, the doctor decides to give him his chance. He offers Farel all his supplies: warm clothes, boots, a pistol, and a compass, and gives him a final, heartbreaking request: to deliver a locket to his family if he survives. With the doctor's help, Farel prepares for a second, more calculated escape, knowing this will be his last chance at freedom. Under the cover of darkness, Clemens Farel escapes the gulag for the second and final time. This time, instead of trying to ride a freight train, he sets out on foot, disappearing into the vast, snowy wilderness. The camp warden, Kamenev, is furious when he discovers Farel is gone. He immediately questions Dr. Stauffer, but finds the doctor has taken his own life to avoid being tortured for information. Kamenev sends out search parties, determined to bring Farel back alive, but a heavy snowstorm begins to fall, covering Farel's tracks and giving him a crucial head start. To the guards, it seems certain that Farel has perished in the storm, but Kamenev refuses to believe it. He knows Farel is different, possessing a strength and willpower that cannot be easily broken. He orders the search to continue. Meanwhile, Pharrell pushes forward, battling blizzards and extreme cold. For 9 days, he walks without stopping, driven by fear and adrenaline. But his food runs out and hunger and exhaustion begin to take their toll. His body starts to give up and he collapses unconscious in the snow. When he wakes, he hears a strange noise and sees a seal nearby. This is his only chance for survival. Weak and shaking, he takes aim with the pistol the doctor gave him, but misses. The seal escapes, but Pharrell, desperate, chases after it. He falls through thin ice into the freezing water, injuring his leg, but he doesn't give up. Finally, with his last bullet, he manages to kill the seal. This single act provides him with enough food to regain his strength and continue his journey. For 2 months, Pharrell walks across the endless white landscape. To keep himself from going insane in the solitude, he talks to himself, keeping his mind focused and positive. After what feels like an eternity, he sees a small tree in the distance. This simple tree is a monumental sight. It signifies that he has finally crossed the frozen tundra and is entering a forest. For the first time in months, he feels a surge of hope. He builds a fire and allows himself a peaceful night's sleep. However, his journey is far from over. The forest brings new dangers. A violent blizzard rips through the trees and a massive tree falls directly on him, trapping and severely injuring him. His luck seems to have run out, but by a miracle, 2 gold prospectors happen to be passing by. They find him and save his life. The 3 men decide to travel together, and after many days, they finally emerge from the snow-covered region. They build a raft to cross a wide river, but the current is too strong. One of the prospectors, Anastas, falls into the water and begins to drown. Pharrell dives in and saves him. However, the 3rd man, Semyon, sees this as an opportunity. Believing them to be dead, he paddles away with all their supplies and, more importantly, all the gold. When Pharrell and Anastas finally make it to shore and catch up to him, Anastas is enraged by the betrayal and shoots Semyon dead. Now, Pharrell and Anastas continue the journey together, but as the seasons change and winter returns, the harsh conditions take a toll on Anastas's mind. He becomes paranoid, convinced that Pharrell is planning to steal his gold. In a fit of suspicion, he attacks Pharrell, pushes him down a steep slope, and leaves him for dead. When Pharrell regains consciousness, he finds himself surrounded by a pack of hungry wolves. He scrambles up a tree to escape, but the wolves are relentless. Just as he thinks his end has come, a gunshot rings out. Local hunters have arrived and saved his life. They take him to their village, where he is finally among people again. The villagers are kind and nurse him back to health. For a while, Pharrell experiences peace, but his rest is short-lived. A notice from Warden Kamenev arrives in the village, warning that anyone who helps the fugitive will be punished as a traitor. To protect the kind people who saved him, Pharrell knows he must leave. The villagers give him food and a loyal dog for companionship, and once again, he sets out on his lonely path. Years have passed, and Pharrell, now accompanied by his faithful dog, continues his journey. One day, his dog runs towards a logging factory, and Pharrell follows. The workers there recognize him from the warden's wanted posters and immediately take him to their boss. Pharrell tells the man his entire story, and the boss, moved by his incredible survival tale, decides to help him. He gives Pharrell a meal and arranges for him to get on a train heading towards Germany. For a moment, it seems his long journey is finally about to end, but the factory owner has also secretly informed Warden Kamenev.
As the train approaches a station, Farrell looks out the window and sees Russian soldiers waiting on the platform. He realizes it's a trap. With no other choice, he jumps from the moving train and runs for his life. The soldiers spot him, and a frantic chase begins across the train tracks. Just as he thinks he might escape, Warden Kamenev appears directly in front of him, blocking his path. After years of pursuit, Kamenev finally has his man. Farrell's heart sinks. All his years of struggle feel like they were for nothing. But before Kamenev can arrest him, his loyal dog leaps forward and viciously attacks the warden. Kamenev, startled, draws his pistol and shoots the dog.
The sound of a gunshot echoes in the air, and Farrell watches in horror as his only companion falls to the ground. This selfless sacrifice, however, gives him the precious seconds he needs. Fueled by grief and a desperate will to live, Farrell runs with all his remaining strength. He scrambles up onto a bridge, and just as a freight train passes underneath, he leaps onto the roof of a train car. The train speeds away, carrying him out of the station and, for the last time, out of Warden Kamenev's reach. The years continue to pass, and Farrell's journey pushes him further and further south. By 1952, 7 years after his escape, he finds himself in Central Asia. He wanders through a village festival, starving and penniless. He watches people enjoying food, his heart heavy with longing. A kind young woman selling pancakes sees the desperation in his eyes and offers him a piece. This small act of kindness is witnessed by a Jewish man in the crowd. This man, a former prisoner himself, recognizes the look of a hunted man. He follows Farrell into a church and, instead of turning him in, offers him help. He takes Farrell to his home, where Farrell shaves and washes for the first time in years, slowly regaining a sense of his former self. The man provides him with a new passport, giving him a chance to legally cross the border out of Soviet territory. With deep gratitude, Farrell sets off for the final leg of his journey. At the Russian border, he nervously hands the forged passport to a guard. To his immense relief, the guard stamps it and allows him to pass. He is now on a bridge with his homeland just steps away. But as he reaches the middle of the bridge, a spotlight flashes on, and Warden Kamenev stands before him one last time. Kamenev tells him he is still on Russian soil and can be arrested. Farrell's hope shatters. But then, something incredible happens. Kamenev, having witnessed Farrell's unbreakable spirit, simply says, "I am the one who has been vanquished," and steps aside, allowing him to pass. Finally free, Farrell crosses the bridge and reaches Germany. He makes his way to a church where he sees his wife and daughter. After a decade of unimaginable hardship, Clemens Farrell is finally reunited with his family. So, what did you think of this incredible story of survival? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.